you are on this very planet that Chukwokika Biafra created to his glory. We welcome you to another explosive exposition of the very fraudulent contraption, the very diseased abomination that the British created for the enslavement of the children of light. We have come to destroy. We have come to render asunder. We have come to decimate that very tower of darkness, that very zoological republic, that very cesspit of iniquity and of evil. We have come that the blind may see. We have come that the deaf may hear. We have come that even those who through no fault of theirs, but as a result of having subjected themselves to a very disastrous educational system in the zoo, they have become stupid. Here we have come to enlighten and to educate, without any apologies to anybody, without mincing words, without fear before our enemies, determined and resolute, indestructible, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo is inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. The devil may try all it can. Those who go before them to peddle falsehood, those who go to work for them, those who are the workers of darkness and of iniquity, we can assure them that we are resolute, we are determined, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop this very invade as many times as you like, kill as many people as you like, propagate falsehood after falsehood as many times as you like, buy up every media space in the zoo, go and connive with people in the diplomatic circles abroad, eyebrow consultancy firm in the world, select some diplomats in the zoo and bribe them. Select those you send to the key countries around the world. None of these things you're doing is capable of stopping us. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you write. It doesn't matter the type of chatter you have behind our backs. All those things you're doing is a complete and utter waste of time, because Biafra must come. There is nothing anybody can do about it. That is why we preach this gospel. That is why we propagate this very message of redemption. That is why Elohim said that Biafra will come. You will not fire a bullet, but Biafra will come. Because Chukwokika Biafra has gone before us. And you will hear what will happen to the zoo in weeks and months to come. This is 1 year, 2020. They will never, ever, ever in their lives forget. It does not matter what the enemy does, is irrelevant. Buy over Twitter, buy over Facebook, bribe the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, bribe the US Ambassador to Nigeria, department in America. But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully. And they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere. From everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we are doing. You can't. Not in you cannot. Not in 1 trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu, not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these no-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
Nigeria is an evil entity, very, very satanic. You want to change the narrative. It's IPOB, they're the aggressors. I saw some women, was it yesterday? Give them their Biafra. We don't want to die. Look at murderers calling other people murderers. Can you believe such nonsense? The Fulani leaders, you cannot win. You cannot defeat IPOB. You people were the ones that established many terror organizations in Nigeria in a bid to overwhelm the country and take over the territories for your Fulani people. IPOB became a stumbling block to that very janjaweed expansionist tendency. True or false? Am I lying? You were ruling Nigeria before, doing everything you like, controlling NMPC, controlling the seaport, customs, everywhere you ever. Now, finally, because you felt that you subdued everybody else, now you can now march on with your foot soldiers into the east because you've taken over Yoruba land. Of course, I know that very well. You came and we said no. You can't come into this land to take it. Come and do your business and go. You said no. Now, because we defeated Miyetti Allah, you now brought in police and army with official uniform, official badge to come and kill people. And I also want to remind Twitter, because they're listening. Twitter, please. Do you know that in the Nigerian army and police, there are terrorists there? Are you aware that Nigeria actively recruited terrorists, killers and murderers and rapists, and gave them army and police uniforms? Are you aware of that? How can anybody, Yoruba journalists, how can you people in your infantile stupidity refer to Nigeria as having an army or Nigeria police? Or where are those terrorists that they conscripted into the Nigerian army and Nigeria police? Where are they? People without shame, where are they? I'm asking you. Fulani, you want to change the narrative? Of course not. They want to put the blame of insecurity in Nigeria on IPOB. Can you believe that? Can you believe these people? Can you believe them? Can you believe these people? And luckily, as God will have it, they are slaughtering themselves in the north. But IPOB securing the east are the ones to be blamed for the insecurity in the east. There is a clip I want everybody to play, please. Who opposed to them opened his mouth and said, I invited the army to come into Olo. There was nothing happening. Fulani, who opposed to them gave Fulani land in Olo to do Ruga, Fulani settlement. And we said no. We drove the Fulani murderers and terrorists away. Who opposed to them now invited his friends, his masters from the north, to bring in their army and heavy machinery into Olu to kill us. That was how all these things started. All of you have forgotten. Black people in this UG, black, you have all forgotten the Genesis. The same way that all of you that are blaming Boko Haram is a terrorist group, Boko Haram, what they're doing. But when Nigerian police were busy killing their leader and killing everybody else, all of you were just there drinking Fradununu. or doing betting on Chelsea versus Man U or Liverpool versus Man City. Nigeria army and police will go out and commit atrocity upon atrocity. All of you will be there, you keep quiet. Any day, those people out of anger rise up and retaliate. All of you baboons and monkeys will start writing rubbish. Do you know why? Because you have no conscience, you have no soul, you're a black person, you are the embodiment of evil. Is the truth. I don't care who bans whoever or whatever, I don't give a toss. I must preach the truth. Black people are wicked. By nature, very wicked people. That is why you forget the atrocities that your police and your army always commit. You forget. In a twinkle of an eye, you forget. Our army, our police. Now listen to me very carefully, please. You are blaming ESN, whereas it is the same Fulani terrorists masquerading as headsmen that are responsible for orchestrating all the insecurity in and around Nigeria. Fulani, you have Boko Haram. Fulani, talking about insecurity in the east. Hey. Whereas 91 people were slaughtered yesterday. Yesterday, they were killed yesterday. You have the guts. You people have no shame. You have the guts to stand up and be talking about insecurity in the east. And you're a senator from Kebbi State or Kebbi, whatever they call it. And 91 of your constituents were slaughtered. You didn't see it. You are talking about east. Fulani, who formed Boko Haram. Fulani, who formed ISIS in West Africa province, ISWAP. Fulani, who formed Miyetti Allah. Fulani, who formed Ansaru. Fulani, who formed these headsmen and bandits you claim are foreign. Fulani, who brought out murderers and killers and terrorists from prison and gave them military and police uniforms. It is you people. You have now spread them around the country, causing mayhem, abducting people from schools. These are the same place. Hi, these people. Fulani, you think everybody's as stupid as you are? You go, you kidnap students from their schools in the north, you get ransom, you buy more arms, you embolden yourselves. You have the guts to conduct a live press conference talking about insecurity in the east. Don't people have shame? Anyway, you don't. Who are the bandits, or should I say terrorists, taking hostages of school children and demanding ransom? Are they not Miyetti Allah? Miyetti, the chief negotiator. Who are the people destroying farms, raping and killing their victims daily around Nigeria? Fulani. Fulani. You know what? How they manage to convince some of you is what I find astonishing. Despite the overwhelming evidence, how they are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you're talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession, you're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Tripas to listen. I want Tripas, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason, we are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in, in Damaturu or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession, whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. Ndiara. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need, that's all they want, so they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated.
Land of the rising sun.
Let us pray. For God in heaven, Almighty Creator, the ancients of the ancients, the maker of the heavens and the earth, you created everything that the mind of a living soul can imagine, but none created thee. That is why we say you are immortal. You are invisible. You are omnipotent. This very God that every generation who has ever had the grace of knowing thee have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help, even in this time of Janjaweed trouble, even in this time of Fulani rage and terrorism. Therefore we shall fear no evil. This IPOB shall fear no evil. Even if the whole world is against us, even if Britain intensifies their effort to crush this very light of hope in sub-Saharan Africa, even though they shake the mountains, even though the seas may rise, even though they may give all the weapons and ammunition to the Zoological Republic, no matter what they do, no matter how they foment their rage, it doesn't matter to us. For God, Chukokika Biama, is in the land of Biafra. We shall never ever be moved. This God of the ancients will help us now and forevermore. For Biafra shall come, and this Lord of hosts is with us. Chukwokika Biama, the same God of Jacob, this same God of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, this God that never abandons his people, this same God is our refuge, and we proclaim it unashamedly that this God that we kneel and bow before, we shall worship thee, for Biafra is your promise. Your word is yea and amen. Instead of your word not to come to pass, heaven and earth will cease to exist. Upon this very hope we anchor all our belief that Biafra shall come in our time, and we pray that it come this very year, that your glory may be made manifest in the lives of men, that we may kneel and bow before thee. Nyahan soro tutonan soporo ne jamani bisiala chineke nanke promingeni ko tutoni ne wedregeze benso ubrama womboni ne bigebi. He said Mama dregi chineke.
He said, good evening, Biafrans. Good evening, lovers of freedom. Good evening, friends of Biafra. Good evening, enemies of Biafra as well. I welcome each and every one of you who have seated under my voice this evening. I welcome you all as you have gathered in your various locations. As I welcome you, I want you to also welcome others. Welcome your friends, your family, your relatives, your neighbors, all lovers of freedom that reside within your location. I welcome you all in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama Prom Ihenine. As our leader has prayed, we all said, he said, and so shall it be. I wish you all whatever you wish yourself, whatever you are doing that is good, you will succeed. I thank you for being part of this program. Thank you for being part of this family, because here we are building family. We are not just like regular fans who interact. We are family. We speak in one voice and we move, having one agenda at heart, which is the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. I welcome you all with all my heart, soul, and spirit. And I love you all because you love Biafra, because you love our leader, because you love freedom. I love you. And I thank you, as always, appreciate you for always making it a duty. I want you to please share our program this evening. It is very important that you share our programs, because when you share our programs, people who does not even know we exist may know. By sharing our program, it will continue going far. It will continue making wave. It will continue penetrating. You must share our program. If you are a freedom fighter, if you say you like what we are doing, if you believe in Biafra, which is what reason we are here. So like our program is a means of telling Facebook, YouTube, and X that you support our content or whatever we are doing. It is very, very important that you let the world know and hear about Biafra. I want to know that in this platform, we do not engage in any form of propaganda. We do not engage in any form of saga, drama, and whatnot. Here we mean business. This evening we are live on all our social media platforms. We are live on our Twitter page, IPOB Western Cape Media TV. We are also live on our YouTube page, IPOB Western Cape Media TV. And we are also live on our Facebook page, which is IPOB Western Cape Facebook page. So you may choose where it will be palatable for you to view us this evening. It is all your choice. But we have made it very easy for you to make your choice. Anywhere that is suitable for you, you can join us. But bear in mind that we are trying our best to draw closer and closer to you so that what we are doing may continue to assimilate. The only reason we are here is to create awareness, to sell Biafra, to let the world and every lover of freedom know and understand our cause. Self-determination is what we are asking for. It's what we are seeking for, which is not a crime anywhere in the part of the world. It is a right, a human right of every human being living on this earth to determine who should rule him, how he wants to be ruled. Nobody is a cow or any kind of animal. We are human beings, born equal before Chukwu. Nobody is greater, nobody is lesser. What is good for the people of the West is also good for the people in Africa. It's also good in all continents of this part of the world. So what we are doing is not something we should not be proud of. We should be proud. You should be proud that you are part of this movement. You should be proud that you are part of this great family, this great work we are doing. Do not be afraid. Do it without fear of any kind. You are doing the right thing. Self-determination is your right, given to you by Chukwu Okike Abiyama Premihenina. So I welcome you to this program. And like I've said, I want you to welcome everyone that lives within your locality, who likes freedom, who loves freedom, who cherishes freedom, who understand that all men are born equal. None is greater than each other. If today is your first time joining us in this program, this is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent and to defend our fatherland, Biafra. Because for us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. If you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB worldwide. And his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra. We are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome to IPOB Western Cape Media TV, saying it the way it is. Yes, we say it just exactly the way it is. No, it's fine. I can take it. Without fear of any kind, without favor. We are fearless before our enemies because truth is and will always remain our hallmark. Like Mazi Nnamdi would say, we are IPOB and we remain whiter than white and whiter than snow. We are fearless. We are not afraid of anybody. The reason we are not afraid of anybody or afraid of speaking the truth is because we are saying it exactly the way it is. We do not lie. We don't have any reason to lie. Whatever we say is always there for verification. This is freedom fighting. We are fighting it with all purity, with all sincerity of heart. That is the reason we are not here to make you feel good. We are not here to make you feel better about anything. If you don't like the truth, then this is not where you're supposed to be. If you love the truth, this is your place. We are here and we continue to be here. IPOB Western Cape was born out of necessity. when all IPOB platforms, when I say all, it is all, failed. There was no single platform left who was speaking for this cause. This platform emerged. The purpose why we are here is to speak the truth, is to put IPOB and the Biafran cause at exactly point where they're supposed to be. We are here to expose that which is hidden. We are here to expose the evil that the Nigerian government is perpetrating on Biafrans. We are here to expose the evil surrounding the kidnap, extraordinary rendition, and the illegal trial of our leader. We are here to market Biafra, not to demarket Biafra. That is the reason this platform was born. And if you are an ardent follower of this platform, you will agree with me that we have not faltered. We have always maintaining that which we proclaim. So I thank you for coming. But before I continue this evening, I bring greetings to you, fellow Biafrans, from my coordinator, Mazi Innocentialia. Mazi Innocentialia is the leader representing IPOB Western Cape Zone. Mazi Innocentialia is doing whatever he could to make sure that this zone continue to grow from strength to strength. Mazi Innocentialia is a leader worthy of emulation. Mazi Innocentialia has sacrificed everything sacrificable to make sure that this zone continues to flourish under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Innocentialia has sacrificed both his security, his family, his money, his time, everything that is dear to him for this cause. And also, remember, we have those created by the defunct DOS, those criminals who came to destroy the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They came to IPOB Western Cape, built a parallel IPOB, created a parallel IPOB, created their own Western Cape representative, representing them, not representing IPOB. That which they created here was to bring confusion, was to bring division, was to bring failure to the current leadership of this zone, which is led by Mazi Innocentialia. The defunct DOS went against the IPOB code of conduct, broke it, the principles that is guiding this struggle in creating a parallel IPOB Western Cape. That which they created works for their pocket. He works to protect their image, to raise money for them. The money that this parallel IPOB Western, so-called parallel IPOB, so-called IPOB Western Cape representative representing DOS, not representing the IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is there to make money for them. So I want you to be aware and also to beware of these people. The name of the person representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is representing IPOB here in IPOB Western Cape zone is called Mazi Innocent Alia. Bear that in mind. Any other name, you are standing before a scammer, a criminal, who are there to defraud you. You must beware. I bring greetings to you from the executive of this wonderful zone, IPOB Western Cape Zone, the executive. That brings me to say that behind every strong and successful leader, there is strong and successful leadership and executive. That is what we have here in this part of the world. IPOB Western Cape Executive are men built with iron and steel, men of timber and caliber, men of substance, visionary men. That is what we have here. I want you to know that. And also greetings coming to you from the IPOB Western Cape family. We speak in one voice. We move in one direction. That is who we are. I thank you for coming and I welcome you. May Chuko Kabiama bless and keep you until Biafra is restored. We are not here to make noise, as I have always explained. We are here to protect and to defend the image of this movement. Our goal is Biafra. That is all we're here to do. And our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader. His word is final. Whatever he said goes. He does not have to be questioned by a non-entity. Whether you are found in the defunct DOS or you are one of those DOS awards, or you are one of those Tibuze Guatu's follower, aka Ikenga, Uruago, I will continue to maintain the fact that our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that has a final say. Whatever he says goes. And everything that he has to say, he has already said it in IPOB Code of Conduct. As long as you continue to follow and to maintain, adhering strictly to the dictates of the IPOB Code of Conduct, you are obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of this great movement. For that, I salute you. And for those who have decided not to obey, those who have decided to go against the dictates, the directives of the IPOB Code of Conduct, which in essence, to go disgrace awaits you. Sooner than later, you will reap what you sowed. May we acknowledge this great man who has made us who we are today. Through the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are all here. That the zoo has collapsed today is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That every hidden secret of the zoo has been laid bare is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That we are proud people going about doing what we are doing without fear is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because of that, may we take this time, this few time, this moment to acknowledge this great man. We know he is not here right now, but he sees, his spirit is with us always. We say to him, Mazi, no.
Obodo kenenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Kani kenebenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ika kugondilo yo, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Odogwa nebula buke. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ika kugondilo yi. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Endilo yi na chozudo. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Manoke zuko. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Umu Biafra Ghana. Nnamdi Kanu, Anyi Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ikolobia bi n'obodo a mmadụ anọzikwa ya. Egwu ndị Ikolobia o Biafra bala anyị. Obele nwa onye afọla ibeku Chukwu zitere anyị ya. Chukwu okike abịa ma zitelie ka ọ bịa tọpụ ụmụ Biafra na-abụ, ka ọ tọpụ anyị na-abụ Naịjirịa. Chukwu zitere anyị ya, ma ndị Ilova jụziri ajụ, mana anyị nwekwa mmeri. Babụlụ obele nwa na 2015 ụbọchị enyanụ, anyị wee bebe ife dị n'ime ya. Anyị wee jebe ụlọ ikpe, chọbazie ndị mkpọrọ anyị na mkpọrọ, ndị kpọchiri anyị ka anyị na-achọ. Anyị afụrụ ofe n'elu ụwa dị mmalụ, afa na-agbazi ọsọ, ọsọ na-achụzi ife, mana afa marọ na anyị nwe mmeli. N'ife ọbụla anyị tinyere aka n'ụwa na-agala anyị, ya ka anyị ji bụrụ ụmụ Chukwu okike abịama. Nnamdi Kanu ho, keduzi ife mesilu mee? Odogwu na-egbula buga abatago. Obodobo nwa onye afara ife abala nze na boyo n'ikalata. Ife mena iyo n'ụwa kibili, ị ga-adị ndụ n'ụwa fụ Biafra. His Majesty onye olumba n'ụmụ na-ekwu, akụọ m ọfọ na nne ị ga-afụ ife ọma. Ebe isi na anyị ga-enwela onwe anyị, wee bulie n'isi, ife ọma ga-abụ nke yi. Ngwanụ kenenu Kanu o, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu, Amadike. Abalanse le bupuli. Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ese toto konyilu buchi. Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Kiti babala ni ololumbuse. Nnamdi Kanu, Odogu, Amadike.
Welcome back. Yes. Now we are officially open. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have given him, they said, give honor to whom honor is due. So now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given him the honor that is due to him. For that reason, this program is open. Now, I won't be playing any video today for us because most of these things I'm here to say, I don't need video proof for it. I just have to talk, and mostly about, we have our leader's last court case to talk about, and also we have to talk about things that is happening around the struggle, within the struggle. If you remember, if you are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's last court outing, according to the news we have in our disposal, the prosecution team already, they have wrapped up their case, whatever they said they have against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have presented it all. They have concluded their own. All the witnesses, I think about 5 witnesses, brought. Each and every one of us heard their presentations, their witnesses against Mazi, whatever they think they know, or whatever they thought is evident enough to, incriminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have brought it all. We all saw how everything played out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Lego team, I must be accurate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put together a very formidable Lego team. Very, very formidable. Full of experiences. So we saw how even though they tried to cover it, they don't want us to have all the details, what transpired in the court during this period. But the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's in-law, she tried her best to bring it out, which we appreciate her efforts. I've forgotten her name, but if you are following, you should know who I'm talking about. And it's Meme's wife, Prince Meme's wife. Yes, she really, really tried. I must commend her for that excellent journalism. She did a very perfect work. But I think they restricted her. They tried to restrict her, or rather they restricted her because the final 2 days, she was not giving us any updates coming from the courtroom. But we must appreciate her. It is not easy. But the cross-examination by the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Lego team In fact, it was top notch. We must say that. We must appreciate them. We must give them that honor. They did perfectly well. They made sure that those fake witness, those what's it called? Those trump up charges was messed up. They made sure that those witnesses were messed up in court, because this is the first time I am seeing or I have come across a witness who does not have anything to say to defend what he or she has come to witness. All the answer they give is, I don't know, I'm not aware. I don't know, I'm not aware. And we were taking record. We were taking record of all the I don't know and I'm not aware that they gave as their defense. So I must commend Mazi and Kanu's Lego team. But before then, there was what's it called? There was a news that broke out today about let me see if I can find it. It's not a video, it's a newspaper's report. It's just let me get it. Okay. The news, it's from the Punch newspaper. Federal government has no credible evidence against Kanu after 4 years, says IPOB. But this is not a regular IPOB that you know. This is not a regular IPOB that you know. This is the indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB has said that despite over 4 years of trial and multiple amended charges, the federal government has failed to present any credible or admissible evidence directly linking the pro-Biafra leader, Mazi Nnamdi, to any act of terrorism, incitement, or violence. That was the charges that the federal government of Nigeria leveled against Mazi Nnamdi. One of them is terrorism, second one is incitement, and the final one is violence. These are three charges that the federal government of Nigeria leveled against. That is the reason they are. But the funny part of it is that none of these charges the Nigerian government defend. They are witnesses. They are Sam, which is the prosecutor. None of them could prove any of these cases, any of these charges, beyond any reasonable doubt. I said it before. I said it is not enough for you to come and say, Mazi Ebuchi, you stole my money, or you stole something that belongs to me. I'm going to take you to court. Remember, it's your words against mine. If you do not have evidence linking me to your money, that is missing. That is why it is always said you cannot build something on nothing. You cannot build something on nothing. When you say that Mazi Onyebuchi stole my money, now, as you are alleging, remember, he who alleges must be able to substantiate that which he or she allege or is alleging. So as you are coming to make the accusation that Mazi Onyebuchi stole what belongs to you, without evidence, you are wasting. At the end of the day, it's going to be a total waste of time, both the courts and the accuser. Remember, they will always say that innocent until proven guilty. You have to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that you know what you are talking about. You have to prove not with words, but with hard evidence that Mazi Onyebuchi actually stole your money. Otherwise, you are wasting both the time of the court and the time of Mazi Onyebuchi. That is why after such cases, the accuser, when discharged or acquitted, we now go back to sue the people that wasted his time. If you look at the news, it said for past 4 years, Mazi Kanu has been in detention, in solitary detention. If you put the 2 years he was the other time in 2015, it will amount to 6 good years. You put this man in detention for doing absolutely nothing. Now you have been pushing, the Nigerian government has been pushing. Let's go to court. Let's go to court. Let's start trial. Let's start trial. When you hear Nigerian government pushing for trial to commence, you think they have any singular evidence against this man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. To their disgrace and to the joy of Biafrans, they could not prove anything. Imagine going to Punch newspaper or using Punch newspapers report as evidence against Mazi Kanu in a terrorism charges or in incitement charges. You are going to a mere propagandist newspaper, a newspaper that reports without investigation. Some of the reports coming from these Nigerian newspapers are based on hearsay. You cannot see them on ground. You cannot see their journalists doing their journalism work on ground, meeting the real people. They will always report what they heard, allege. And to make it even funny, in one of those things that they reported, they allege, not that they are right, they are sure, they also allege. How are you now being a prosecutor or a witness using such or trying to use such to waste the time of the court? So what are they saying? I will continue to read. Remember, I said that this thing, what I'm reading, is not coming from the regular IPOB that you know. As we read, you know who the group or the people who put together this. So you understand that this is not just a mere talk. This is coming from knowledge fellows, coming from people who understand every details of drama that played in that court. In fact, they were not from afar. They were right inside the court. why the court proceedings was going on. Then let me read it. It says, in a press statement released on Monday, the IPOB's Directorate of Legal Affairs, these are the people who is writing, IPOB Directorate of Legal Affairs. These are men, learned people who are learned, lawyers, barristers, fans. They are the ones who's writing. Now, the IPOB Directorate of Legal Affairs research stated that it has become necessary to address the ongoing misinformation, politically motivated media headline, and deliberate distortions of facts regarding the ongoing trial of Kanu. He said, however, urged the public, media houses, and civic society groups to rely on verifiable legal facts and not proper case has been made against Kanu. Did you hear that? They insist that after all the shenanigans you witnessed as a trial in Abuja High Court, being supervised by Justice Omotosho, after wasting both the state's money, wasting the judge's time, wasting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's time, denying him access, denying him freedom, denying him communication from the outside world, Nigeria have not made any case, not once, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not one case. Nigerian government and its prosecution could not prove not one single case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a shame. It's a total shame. Now I continue to read. He called on the federal government to stop persecuting Kanu on the basis of outdated laws and prejudicial narratives, adding that all charges against Kanu were legally incompetent. You see, according to him, the federal government is persecuting Kanu on the basis of outdated laws, adding that the federal government should respect due process and fundamental rights and stop persecuting their leader on the basis of outdated laws and prejudicial narratives and a propaganda war. You see, they use the time, they say that they are using outdated laws. They themselves understand those laws that is outdated, meaning that those method that the Nigerian government is trying to use in this case has been outdated long time ago. It is no more practice. It is no more viable. It is no more used. It is no more practice at this age. It is outdated. This pattern that they use, the prosecution is using, like I told you, one of their presentation was a newspaper report from one of the propagandist newspaper in Nigeria. And in that report, to make the matters worse and to add more shame to the Nigerian prosecution team, in that report, the so-called newspaper alleged that everything they report here is under alleged. They are not sure, they don't have first-hand information. They could not explain further. Now, as a prosecution, who said you went to school, you became a lawyer, you practice until you became a senior advocate of Nigeria. Now, in your own presentation as a prosecution, all you can bring up is a newspaper report without investigation, without proper investigation. One of the things they brought up was that of Gulag, because they're so much dependent on that man to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They brought that Gulag murder because they planned to murder Gulag on Monday, which was supposed to be the day that Biafra IPOB would have, put to celebrate that year's 30th May. But as Chukwu may have it, Gulag tried to leave Owerri on Sunday night, which was on the 30th, but it fell on Sunday. So on his way, they murdered Gulag. Now, after murdering Gulag, they put it on IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not to make it even more laughable, they could not present one witness that could have said that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was one who sent me, just like they did with the one that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent him to go and hunt for the heads of over 30th men, 2,000 men. Just imagine, how could one man be able to gather the heads of 2,000 men? It looks childish. That narrative, that thing looks like a place. No, it doesn't seem serious at all. Gulag was murdered on Sunday. Why IPOB sit at home and lockdown was on Monday. So they went and brought it and said, oh, that it was IPOB that murdered him because it was on 30th May. But on 30th May, everybody was moving around because it was on Sunday. It fell on Sunday. So what evidence do you have? Do you have anybody? Do you have any forensic evidence? Anything? Nothing. So this is why this man is saying that they are using outdated laws, something that does not work anymore. The world has moved past that level. You are going back to kindergarten level. While the world is operating in a higher level, you are going down to a kindergarten level, and you want to use it to convince a man. So let me continue reading. The statement said, the Directorate of Legal Affairs and Global Communication issues this public statement to address ongoing misinformation, politically motivated headlines, and deliberate distortions regarding the ongoing trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We urge the public media houses and civil society to rely on verified legal facts, not propaganda. Despite over 4 years of trial and multiple amended charges, the federal government have failed to present any credible or admissible evidence directly linking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to any act of terrorism, incitement, or violence. No named victims, no forensic or material evidence. This is how you convince people. Before you could be able to convince someone on a charge as this, you must have a victim. If you say that the person by somebody, you must bring that victim. Then you must present your investigation that led you to crack. That's why they said he cracked this case. You must be able to crack it because every crime is hidden. Every crime is hidden behind a strong shell. Now, as an investigative officer, you must be able to crack that shell or that nut to be able to extract. So that when you are standing before a judge, you could be able to present a very convincing and sound evidence. You cannot just say, yes, my lord, that person that was died on the road going to from Headbridge going to Onitsha, that person that is found dead was found dead there. It was this man, it was Mazi and the Kanu that died the person. Now the judge will say to you, do you have any evidence? You will say no. So how are you sure? How are you now here telling me it was Mazi and the Kanu? You say, oh, because the other day Mazi and the Kanu said that people will die. Is that enough? People are dying without Mazi and the Kanu saying that people will die. People are dying. You have to bring evidence. That's why they say they bring no name victim. They couldn't name one victim among all the 100 heads that whatever lion they called him said that he was able to capture. No one victim was named. So now, how are you not sure what you are saying? If you cannot name one victim that lion died because Mazi and Kanu told him to go and do it. No victim. No forensic evidence. No material evidence. All these things, you don't have them. And you want to convict a man? This is the joke. If ever, this is the highest joke of the century. Nigeria is a shameless country with a shameless citizens, people who does not think. As a learned man, as an experienced legal practitioner, I'm talking about the prosecution, the prosecutor. You should have been wise. You should be wise. You should have known when evidence is before you and when non-evidence is before you. You know, one of the things that they thought that they could maneuver everything. They thought that it is easy to maneuver everything. They knew it from the beginning that, oh, this man does not have any case. But the point is that who can maneuver it? Who can play that criminal intent? Who can bring it? Who can do that dirty job for us? Unknown to this present prosecutor, in this Mazi and Kanu's case, this will be his end. This will be the last case, the last time he will represent Nigeria in any case again. Because this will bring end. It will, in fact, this has brought nail to his coffin. Because he's a disgrace, he's a failure to both Nigeria and anything that he represents. No, let's continue. No direct testimony. Did you hear it? No direct testimony by alleged security victims or affected civilians. Not one. Nigeria, in this month of this trial, Nigeria could not in fact, this just reminds me about what is playing out in Finland, because I am following what is playing out in Finland and in Mazi, someone asked case, because you see exactly these charges going on. The Mazi and Kanu is answering is exactly the charges that Simon Ekpa in Finland is answering. Terrorism, incitement, and violence. That is exactly the case that Mazi Samanepa is answering, defending in Finland. You see what this prosecution is doing here? Is exactly what the prosecution in Finland is doing. In fact, in many occasions, the judge presiding over the case in Finland had to intervene, had to warn the prosecution to get more serious with this case. You cannot just come to the court to waste people's time, waste someone. You put someone in detention for the past 7 months. You could not come out with any solid evidence. Any evidence you have is Twitter handle. You go to Twitter, you say you wrote this one, this day. Please explain to us. But the person who wrote it, you saw what he wrote, and you are now reading it in the court, and you are telling him to explain it. You are bringing nothing, trying to build something on nothing. It's a time wasting, just like the Nigerian government and its prosecution team has ended up wasting the time, a whole 4 years, or rather 6 years, out of Mazi Kanu's life. At the end of the day, they could not present anything against Mazi Kanu. Allege. You come into court to allege? Are you here? Are you for real? You came to court to standing before a competent court, before a judge, to allege. And then when question is thrown to you, your response will be either I am not aware or you don't know. It's a shame. But I will continue. All charges were filed under laws repealed. Under laws repealed in 2022, Nigeria's Terrorism Prevention Act 2023 is no longer in force. Okay. The charge that Kanu imported a transmitter in 2015 to promote terrorism is legally incompetent. No proof of concealment, no customs or regulatory documentation presented. The application law, CEMA, was repealed in 2023. The court amendment of the charge from criminal code to CEMA was never properly endorsed in the charge sheet. A fatal procedural error. The group therefore insisted that it is not an unlawful society, adding that the federal government's subsequent proscription of IPOB was obtained ex parte. Without notifying or hearing from IPOB, and this violates the Nigerian Constitution and international law. In a landmark judgment on March 1st, 2027, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court ruled in a contested hearing with both parties that IPOB is not an unlawful society. That ruling stands unchallenged till this day. effort to link Kanu or IPOB to the NSAS protests are false and defamatory. The Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry clearly indicted Nigerian security forces, not IPOB, for the violence and killings associated with NSAS. Kanu was abducted in Kenya and brought to Nigeria without any extraditing hearing. These acts of extraordinary rendition is illegal under Nigerian law, the African Charter, and international norms. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has long held that such conduct can void prosecution, the statements added. The group, therefore, called for the upholding of the constitutional imperative that justice must not only be done, but be seen to be done, while urging journalists, human rights defenders, and the international community to scrutinize this case and advocate for justice grounded in truth and the rule of law. So that is it. That one, that was coming from the Directorate of Legal Affairs, of IPOB, Directorate of Legal Affairs. But before I go on, I wanted to say something. When this news broke, I went to the comment section and I was going through the comment section. While I was going through the comment section, I saw a lot of IPOB, Nigerian DOS and Ys. I saw a lot of them under the current session, taunting this IPOB Directorate of Legal Affairs, calling them names. They put up in their words, writing, posting, calling them names. You know what they do? Like Yeshua said in the Bible, he said, what they do not understand. I mean, what they understand, they destroy. What they do not understand, they castigate. They destroyed IPOB finance, destroy IPOB try to destroy IPOB movement, which they partially succeeded. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided not to work with this defunct DOS, because you cannot say that I am your leader, and as a leader, I give instruction to you, you chose not to obey my instruction. By your lips, I am your leader, but in action, you are my leader. So this defunct DOS, immediately that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition to Nigeria and kept in solitary confinement where he is today, this defunct DOS members chose to have their own leadership. They chose to overthrow the office of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They chose to undermine the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They turned it around and started saying that they are the leadership of IPOB. They are the ones making rules in IPOB. But I want you to remember that when the Directorate of States, which is DOS, was put up or was created in IPOB, the sole reason, the only reason they were created was for administrative works. Administrative work. That was their duty. They are not here to make laws, to take decisions, or to make decision that is, to cancel the decision made by the supreme leader of the movement, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But while they were with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also member of the DOS. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also a member of DOS. So now, DOS does not have power over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has power over DOS. Office of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is above of DOS. But immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went inside where he is today, this current DOS, this defunct DOS, led by Chike Doziem, started to do their own things, started to flout the orders coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, started to undermine the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They started to ignore Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's order. We have series of orders coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the defunct DOS, which they chose not to obey. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided that, okay, they want to be the boss. Let them continue playing whatever they are doing. Let me step aside and watch. Now, it is now done on these people that they have lost it completely. The only thing that they have is memo. You see this current DOS? The only thing they have now is memo, nothing more. Their foot is not on ground. They could not command anything. They could not tell anybody anything, and the person will do it. It is only those morons and gullibles that is still following them and Chibuze Guatu. Chibuze Guatu is their attack dog. They position Chibuze Guatu in front and they are supporting him. That is why whatever that Chibuze Guatu said, whatever he did, no matter the level of insult against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will never see Chibuze Guatu, you will never see Chinas and Woru coming out in condemning them. Even when Chibuze Guatu have come out in several occasions to say that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know. IPOB, I don't know. DOS, I know. They are not even bothered enough to distance themselves from this moron, from this Oni Iberibe. Because he is doing their job, the job they sent him to do, which they themselves could not do because they are still deceiving some gullibles that they are working for IPOB, for Biafrans, and for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But we know because from the onset, we followed them. We monitored them. Immediately they fell on the wayside. We kept hammering it that these people have failed. They are no more part of this struggle. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not communicate with them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cut every means of communication with these people. How Mazi Nnamdi Kanu feed, they don't know. How Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pay the legal team that he assembled, they do not know. But they will come out here to deceive you, to tell you that they are the leadership of IPOB. Who are you leading? Which IPOB is that you are leading? You do not participate in paying Mazi and Kanu's legal fees. You do not even care how Mazi and Kanu feed. You do not care whether he have clothes to change. You do not even know how his medical bills look like. You know nothing. But you continue to deceive Biafrans, those gullibles that refuse, that chose to live in denial. So those dogs, attack dogs that the so-called DOS assembled, they came under the comment section and started to attack these men. Because you know what? They have taken control of the struggle. If it is not them, it is no other person. They forgot that Biafran struggle is for every Biafran. Every Biafran has right to fight for the Biafran freedom. It is not restricted on IPOB. It is not restricted on DOS. It is not restricted on even Mazi Nnamdi himself. The fight for Biafra is the general fight for all Biafrans worldwide, no matter where you are located. If you want to fight for this struggle, you have right to fight. If you want to fight under the norms, under the principle of IPOB, which is principle of non-violence, you are welcome. But if you chose not to follow the principles, that you think there is a way that is better, you are also welcome to fight it your own way. All we need is Biafra. It does not matter who succeeds in making it a reality. The point is this: if Biafra comes today, each and every one of us will be happy to go home and live in our land the way we think is best. But these defunct DOS, these deceivers, who are no more in the struggle of IPOB, but also they want to continue deceiving people so that the little money that is coming from these people will keep coming. They want to block every person, every individual, every Biafra that is coming to fight for the struggle. They don't want it. They want to be the only king. That is why immediately this IPOB Directorate of Legal Affairs come up, they started to attack them. All of them in social media, they started to fire bullets. But I think they received sense immediately. Immediately, the so-called DOS found out that, oh, this may be true. This may be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu work, you know. They released their own statement. Let me read to you their memo. You know, I told you that all they're good at is writing memo. So they wanted to douse the attention, but already we have seen where everything was going. But I think they released this press release to call their attack dogs back, because they saw that this is real. This Directorate of State is real after all. So they swallowed their shame and acknowledged the Directorate of Legal Affairs, and also used the opportunity in order to continue to confuse. You know, I told you they're agent of confusion. They thrive in confusion. So they want to use this opportunity to confuse the people that, oh, we accept these people. So they begin to mention every name, but let me read it for you. Press statements from the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, date 23rd June 2025. Signed, Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary, IPO. How is it? Excuse me. I took some water. I continue. How heartfelt appreciation to all who stand for justice and the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The leadership and global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, wishes to extend our deepest gratitude and unwavering appreciation to all the men and women of conscience who have stood firm and continue to labor day and night for the unconditional release and ultimate vindication of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At the forefront in this valiant struggle is our indefatigable legal team, led by the peerless Chief Kanu Agabi, son, a legal colossus whose wisdom and calm courage have been a guiding light. If you remember, this Agabi, he came under attack by these same people that is today referring him as a colossus. They attacked him before when Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Mike Ezokome was removed, and Kanu Agabi, Chief Kanu Agabi, was employed. These people attacked the man, called him names. In fact, I think this man momentarily stepped aside because of these people. But today, they have swallowed their shame. They have come back to the status quo. Because onye na-ekwero ga-ekwe. Onye ekwero megini aye ekwechitere. When Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Mike Ezokome's time was over, we told them that it is over. No amount of emotional assassination, no amount of emotional blackmail, nothing will work. Their time is over, and it is over. We must move, we must continue without them. They thought we were joking. Today, ọnụ ahụ bụrụ ogiri asọ enweghị alachakwana again. But I will continue. We equally salute the brilliance and dedication of Dr. Onyechi Ikpeazu, son Paul Erokoro, son Emeka Etiaba, son Audu Lemgwe, son, and the more than 25 lawyers who have made up the formidable shield that continues to expose the illegality, injustice, and businessless of the charges against our leader. You are not just lawyers, you are guardians of justice. We acknowledge with pride and gratitude the noble family members of IPOB worldwide, and in particular, the Directorates of State, DOS, ably led by Mazi Doziem for their tireless coordination and the strategic leadership. Please, at least this one is in the open. Show me one coordination that these people has showcased since Mazi and Kanu. This so-called US led by Chike Dozie. One coordination. One coordination. These people destroyed IPOB, the unity, the oneness, the familyship, and the membership of IPOB. They made sure that they crashed it. These people destroyed the spirit of comradeship in IPOB that made comrade to turn against comrade. You see IPOB insulting each other's, calling each other's names, calling each other's criminals, calling each other's, threatening the lives of each other because of these people. These same people destroy IPOB finance. Finance is the backbone of this struggle. Everything you see that happened today in this case of Mazi and Kanu, finance made it possible. Finance. They went and touched the finance of IPOB, destroyed the IPOB finance, crumbled it, and starved Mazi and Kanu of fund for all these years. These same people you see here continuously sacking members of IPOB, people who have worked with Mazi and Kanu, people who have sacrificed their money, their security, everything that is in debt to them, they sacrifice this for this cause. These people sack all of them. These people fragmented IPOB, divided IPOB section by section. So many units are closed today. So many countries are not functionable today. So many people have left IPOB and they don't even want to hear anything that has to do with IPOB and Biafran struggle anymore. So many people are no more proud identifying with IPOB and Biafran struggle because of these men called DOS, as they said, led by Chike Dozie. But you can see them here deceitfully saying, oh, for their tireless coordination and strategic leadership, please bear me witness. Where is it tireless coordination and where is it strategic leadership? As far as I know, since Mazi and Kanu extraordinary till date, these people has never done anything. There is no IPOB, no protests whatsoever. Even in South Africa, they sowed a very strong seed of discord that people who went to protest here in South Africa was arrested by the same DOS. The same way they sent people to Finland to go and witness, to go and witness against a fellow Biafran. It's the same way they sent their urchins to IPOB South Africa, where they are protesting. They got them arrested, put them in jail for weeks. Money spent. But here they are shamelessly stating that they worked tirelessly in coordination and also strategic in leadership. Show me one. I said, show me one. Because the DOS and those DOS followers, tell me one thing that this your DOS have achieved for the past 4 years. The only thing they have achieved are those things I listed for you. But let me continue. We also commend the Directorate of Legal Affairs, Research, and Global Communication under the astute guidance of Barrister Onyekachi Ifedi for their incisive research, meticulous documentation, and powerful global outreach that have dismantled the lies and revealed the truth before the world. This is the reason every other thing they are writing is trash. Immediately the news broke that these particular people put out that press statement, the urchins, their dogs, that is all over social media, started to attack these people, these men. So I don't know who gave them this the brain to put up this press release in order to control things. But already it is already on media. It's already everywhere. I know they will be deleting them, but we have seen how they attacked this Director of Legal Affairs of IPOB. We have seen it. Everything, whatever they don't understand, they castigate. That is their job. That is their duty. That is why they have led IPOB the way they led IPOB. That is why they try to crash this boat. That is why today they have lost total control of this struggle, and they only lead on air, not in real life. So everything they say from here going forward is just to cover. Is to cover. Is to cover. They waited for this moment. Why? They don't have intention of releasing this press release. So I am not going to go down in reading all the things they wrote, because it is rubbish. It is nonsense. It is not coming from their hearts of hearts. So that is it. So what are we saying in all these things? What we say, and we shall continue to say it, is that if you are not pure in heart, you cannot be a part of this struggle. You cannot be part of this struggle. If you are not pure, if you cannot listen to your conscience, your conscience is the only thing that makes you an IPOB member. If your conscience condemns you, then you are not supposed to be part of this struggle. If your conscience condemns you, I said, you that is watching me, is your conscience condemning you? Can you beat your chest 10 times to say, yes, what I'm doing in IPOB, the job of Chukwu Gabiam? Can you? Can you beat your chest to say yes? Even if nobody is proud of me, I am proud of myself. If Mazi Kanu comes here now, where you are standing in front of you, can you look him eyeball to eyeball without your conscience pricking you to say, Oyendu, why you were not here? I did all my best. I tried in truth and in spirit. I did not do anything to jeopardize this struggle. I did not do anything to bring shame to IPOB. I did what I did from cleanness of my heart, from the pure of my heart. I did whatever I did to defend this struggle. Can you be able to stand before Nnamdi Kanu and say it? Most of you will not, because of the role you played. Some of you said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in detention. Let him remain there. If we do not listen to this non-entity is called DOS. Let me remind you one of their statements. One of you, listen to me today. When they made this statement, you were clapping. You were clapping for them. Listen to them. Listen.
Organ or there. If it is a plan of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra to sideline the Directorate of State, sideline Osokome, sideline Ejofo, organ or there. You go there. You go there for DSS. And Nnamdi talk him, which I know that is not possible. I know that he can't be part of it. He can't be such. He can't behave like that. Having learned his lesson by confiding in.
Forget about whatever he's saying from there. He has made his point. This guy, you saw, to my joy today, he is on a big parallel line. He's in a parallel line with this man. He defended here because of this DOS. When it was all over social media, when it was raging, when the battle, while we are here fighting, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be sidelined. While we are here defending the IPOB code of conduct, which is the backbone of IPOB, these men were here defending the so-called DOS, telling you that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose not to work with Ifeanyi Ejiofor, with Mike Ozokome, that he will remain in prison. That if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refuses to take orders from DOS, he will remain in prison. I just played it here. I'm not making it up. Let me play another one for you.
He could make a fish in order on time. I be ankety. The thing I not eat saying, who eat deep, eat saying, Bazian, Nimebone question about does how to resolve question on time. This kind of family question, the leadership question, draw matters in the kind of red line, since draw matters in the kind of red line, since Abuna Malondina look at the IPOB, then Nyanolo Nimenga until Amalo the leadership or recognize the Amalo message your question pass, a book question pass message. Once or realize the for yen in a move and then moyen doing to end.
Did you hear that? This one also today could not see eye to eye with the same DOS that he was saying, telling them here to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That for the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to abandon his family, that DOS should abandon him, that he should remain there. Today, ask this man, this Paul Achebe, ask him, where are these men you swore to die with? Because of this man, you spoke ill about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because of those men, you spoke against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because of this man, you discarded the oath you took. You took oath to be under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You took oath to do anything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that needs to be done for this struggle. Unknown to you, because of the myopicness of your heart, because of how shallow your heart is, you refuse to be a critical thinker. You refuse to know Anye Nerene Nankarararo. You refuse to know when someone is misleading you and when someone is not. You were carried away by emotions. You know what they used to say? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, anything that Chike Doziem says goes. That is what they used to deceive most of the gullibles you see today. Some of them are regretting. Some of them are still living in denial as at this moment. In fact, some of them are insulting me for saying what I'm saying. But will the insult make me to stop? No. I am here to tell you the truth. Like I told you, here we speak nothing but the truth. I just played a video for you. Will Paul Achebe and Melchizedek stand today to proudly say, yes, what I said in this video, I still stand by it? Would they come out now? Would they be able to beat their chest now and say, yes, the same thing I said, that thing I said there in the video, I still stand by it? If Mazi Kanu don't want to obey these non-entities, he must remain in prison. Would you? The answer is no. I'm 100% sure you are not proud. Every action you took in the past in defending this man, this indefendable man, I know you are not proud of it. Some of you have come out to denounce them. Some of you have come out to make statements. But is there enough? Is that enough? It's not enough. It is easy for you to break a bottle. It is not easy for you to bring that bottle together anymore. In adobe. Again. You people have allowed yourself to be used, not just against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but against the struggle of IPOB. You are part of it. You are part of the people who have stagnated the struggle. May Chukwu Gabiam forgive you if indeed you repented. So, in case if you don't know, as it stands today, these men you see going about parading themselves as IPOB, as Directorate of State, DOS, they are not part of the struggle. The reason I said this, and I will continue to maintain it, is this. The only thing they have left is that official stamp and the IPOB headings. That's the only thing they have, is that press release. The ESN that was left in their hand is no more. If you are still, I know some of you, some of the gullible who are here watching me still believe that there is anything called ESN somewhere. The truth is this: there is nothing called ESN today again. No place. I know you do refuse to think. I know it is difficult for you to reason. You are not a critical thinker. But onye ada anu ife, other afuzo. Onye ada afuzo, other anu ife. Use your common sense just for once. If there is ESN anywhere, where are they? What is their duty? Are they protecting our land? Where is the place you think that ESN is today? I know they will always come to tell you, Chinas and what they are, ESN. Where is that ESN? ESN was originally put together to stop the incursion of terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, into our land. ESN are supposed to be in the bushes, fighting to defend our fathers and our mothers, stopping the rape of our sisters. ESN was supposed to stop the incursion of these terrorists. Where are the ESN today? Where are they working? Where? One place that they are visible, that they are doing their operation. Where? Because as it is today, our land has fallen into the hands of these terrorists. The only thing that is keeping us today is Chuko Kiabiam. If they want to overrun us now, they will do. They have surrounded us already. All our bushes, all our forests, even our villages. Some of our villages are being sent out. There are no more people there. Some of our villages are being occupied by the Fulanis in Enugu State. As I'm talking to you in this video now, there are villages in Enugu State where Fulanis are the occupants. They have chased away the indigenous Igbo communities, and they are the one occupying it today. Where are the ESN? Call Chinas and Warus. Let them tell you where the ESN are and where they are operational. The truth remains that there is nothing like that anymore. They have destroyed ESN. They have crushed it. They are only existing in your head, not in reality. That is the truth. So, coming to Mazi Kanu's next level. The next level now is that the case has come to a point where the prosecution team has presented all the evidence, so-called evidence, everything, the ones that the court accepted as exhibits are there, and everything. Now, the judge gave 1 month, 18th of July, the court will convene again. He gave 1 month for the defense team and the prosecution team to put together their defense, their final defense on this case. It now falls on Mazi Kanu's legal team to bring reasons why this case should not continue. This trial should be stopped and Mazi Kanu set free. They should bring reason. This trial must cease. That this trial must not go on, go further. Then it now fell on the prosecution's team to present their own defense. The reason the case must continue. If they have presented a pressing and a hard evidence that is worthy to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He gave Mazi Kanu's defense team 14 days to present their own. Then after that, the prosecution team have another 14 days to reply or to put their own together. Then he will thank you, Mazi. That is exactly Mazi Chukwudi. You got it perfectly. That is it. POS in Ndochu. They are in Ndochu in actual sense. Now, Mazi, I mean, this is the reason. This is this is where we are today. Where we are today. So the case has gotten to this point, but I know that even the Nigerian prosecution team, they knew already from the beginning of this thing, this shenanigan, that they go nowhere. They only wanted to waste the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They only wanted to break Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They only wanted to take pound of flesh from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They knew that there is nothing. They could not present anything. Nothing. Nothing. I said nothing. It doesn't matter how they use the media to try to change the narrative. The truth remains that for this 4 years, it was a total waste of time. There is nothing they could say. We are here to see how it goes. We go nowhere. We know that the last people to trust on this planet Earth are the Yoruba people. The Yoruba people are not to be trusted. So don't say, oh, we trust this Omotosho. Do not trust Omotosho. Omotosho is coming from the ethnicity where treachery, where betrayal, where envy, where jealousy, where all manner of bad things are seen as strength. You don't trust a Yoruba person. The Hausa people or the Fulani people, after, you know, working with them or exchanging or mixing up with them, chose to call them Yoruba people. If you go and check the meaning of Yoruba, you understand the people you are dealing with. They are not to be trusted, I tell you, and I will continue to warn you, these people are not to be trusted. Don't say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team defended him right. Oh, don't just say, oh, yeah, the Nigerian government and the legal team failed. Don't rely on that. Let your eyes be widely open. Look, so you know when they are trying to play smart. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it even before now, that he will win my Nigerian government hands down. It has happened. They have failed to prove their case beyond every reasonable doubt. They have failed to present a hard copy evidence, a hard evidence. They have failed to present a victim. They have failed. In fact, the most laughable of all is trying to hang NSAS on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was what break the camel's back. When they played that card of trying to hang NSAS on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was when they lost everything they thought they had been doing. Even the blind know how NSAS started. NSAS did not even start in Biafran land. It started in Benin. NSAS, even there was a committee was set up in Lagos State, which came to conclusion that it was the Nigerian security forces that by people during NSAS, that every destruction that happened during the NSAS was as a result of mishandling of the protesters. That was the verdict. There was no place IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was mentioned in that committee. So it is very, very laughable for a son who is standing as a prosecutor to allow such nonsense. Like I said, this son representing Nigeria in this trial, this will be his last. He has messed his image. He has proven that he does not have the qualification. That son is just a title. He does not have in any way reflect in his resume as an experienced lawyer. No talk of senior advocate. Every witness he allowed is an indictment to him. Not just the Nigerian government, but to him as a prosecutor. Because in his experience as a senior advocate, he should have known better. He should have known evidence when he sees one. But because they are in a quest, they are in an evil road to convict Mazi Kanu, whether by crook. They do not care to take a second look at every nonsense they brought before the court as evidence against Mazi Kanu. We are happy that this trial went down this way. Makasi, mother born at Nachi Nogo, and I say, I'm those going, Hane see on have to go to Ogo. I go to Koyesiga. Nigerian government has asked for this trial for the past 4 years. That was why they failed to adhere or to carry out the order of appeal court. When appeal court discharged Mazi Kanu and asked him to go home, that he is, ndị was na ihe nwata no n'elu ọjị ihe oke etukwu ana wefu nwata rigo n'elu ọjị ọdafia. The justice that sat in appeal court to look into this case, after seeing all the frivolous charges against Mazi Kanu, they saw that this case does not have a future. In order to save Nigeria from this disgrace, they decided that no need going into it. Let Mazi Kanu go. But because Fulani people, they want to see the end of their evil intentions, they push. Today, this is where, look at where they are. Nigerian government has been messed up, proving that, even the Nigerian government does not even know what is happening in their country. They don't even understand anything happening within their surrounding. They do not understand nothing, not one thing. Even the law they made, they could not interpret. For that reason, let's give Mazi Kanu another resounding ovation for destroying the zoo, for making the zoo look stupid before the international observers. Let us give him another standing ovation.
Obodo kenenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Kanyi kenebenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ikakugondilo yo, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. akalobi ikolobia bi n'obodo a mmadụ anọzikwa ya egwu ndị ikolobia o Biafra bala anyị obele nwa onye afọ ibeku Chukwu zitere anyị ya Chukwu okike abịa ma zitelie ka ọ bịa tọpụ ụmụ Biafra na-abụ ka ọ tọpụ anyị na-abụ Naịjirịa Chukwu zitere anyị ya ma ndị ilofe ajụziri ajụ mana anyị nwekwa mmeri babụlụ obele nwa na 2015 ụbọchị enyanụ anyị wee bebe ife dị n'ime ya anyị wee jebe ụlọ ikpe chọbazie ndị mkpọrọ anyị na mkpọrọ ndị kpọchiri anyị ka anyị na-achọ anyị fụrụ ofe ọnụ n'ụwa gị marụ afa na-agbazi ọsọ na-achụzi ife mana afa marọ na anyị nwe mmeli n'ife ọbụla anyị tinyere aka n'ụwa na-agala anyị ya ka anyị ji bụrụ ụmụ Chukwu okike abịama Nnamdi Kanu ho kedụzi ife mesilu mee odogwu na-egbula abụga abatago obodobo nwa onye afara ibe agbala nze na boyo n'ikalata ife mena ihe ole n'ụwa ka ibili ị ga-adị ndụ ole n'ụwa fụ Biafra His Majesty onye olu mba n'ụmụ na-ekwu akụọ m ọfọ na nene ị ga-afụ ife ọma ebe isi na anyị ga-enwere onwe anyị wee bulie n'isi ife ọma ga-abụ nke iyi ngwanụ kenenu Kanu o Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike abala nze na-egbupụlụ iri Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike eze nkoto nkonyilu mkpuchi Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ọhamadike kịtịkpa gbala ni ọghọlụ mbuze Nnamdi Kanu nwa Kanu Nnamdi Kanu odogwu ọhamadike.
Yes, you're welcome back. You know, very soon, this same song will resonate again. It will, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is about to rejoin us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. He's innocent of all the frivolous charges brought against him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a prisoner. He's a political prisoner. He's a political prisoner, a prisoner of conscience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not kept in solitary confinement because of a crime he committed. He was kept there because of his political ideology. He was kept there because of what he wants for his people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not take that which does not belong to him. He did not break any law, both international and local law. That is why it is near impossible for Nigerian government to convict him. That is why it is near impossible for the prosecution team to prove their case beyond reasonable doubt. That is why their witnesses could not make any straight sentences incriminating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in anywhere. That is why it is difficult for the witnesses to defend that which they witness. It all boils down to the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of all the frivolous charges brought against him by the Nigerian government. So we all await the return of our leader. We all await his return. As soon as possible, we are confident enough, seeing the performances of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Lego team, seeing the failure of the Nigerian prosecuting team in proving their case beyond reasonable doubt, we can now say with all alacrity that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will rejoin us very soon. This song I just played by Abaranze will resonate soon. We all should dance and celebrate this victory. Continue to preserve our leader, continue to defend every prisoner of conscience. May Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bring freedom to us. May Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom be the freedom of all Biafrans. We use opportunity to call all the people that is being held to be freed. Freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will mean that you are not a terrorist. I am not a terrorist. What I'm doing is not bad. It is called freedom of speech. It is called self-determination. It is not in any way constitutes or goes against any known laws. Speak the truth and stand by it. That being said, it has brought us to the end of this program. I want to thank you for being part of this program. I want to salute your courage. I want to salute your sacrifices. You are indeed a freedom fighter. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless and keep you, guide you, support you, and give you every beautiful thing that your heart desires. It shall be well with you. Continue supporting us. If you have not shared our program, if you not share this program, share it now. Like it now. Do that which is necessary. Tell people about us. Tell people about IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Tell them that this is the only place you can listen to the gospel of truth without fear, without favor. Tell them about us. We mean business. We need freedom. Freedom we shall get. We are not, IPOB remains non-violent movement. We continue to maintain it. Doesn't matter how they try to put anything on us. The truth remains, we are not violent. We are not terrorists. We are non-violent movement seeking for the freedom of their people. It is not wrong. That is your right. Thank you. Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you. I wish you all best of everything. I say to you, fellow Biafrans, good night and see you again.